Okay, guys, welcome to today's section. And okay, so quickly we'll just take it up from where we left last time. And in the last class, I remember we we dealt with crypto 101, that's introduction into crypto, and then we talked about some few couple of things which we also need to guide us into the world of investment. You know, I don't make mistakes to, or I'm not apologetic about talking about investment platforms and teaching people and guiding people on how to really prepare themselves for the journey ahead. Because we want to create generational wealth. We want to become financially independent, financially free. So there are a lot of things we need to factor, and then we cannot overemphasize them. We have to keep saying them again and again. And then they said repetition is the law of deep and lasting impression. So if you want to make an impression, you want to make it last longer in the mind of young people, in the mind of people generally, you must repeat it again and again and again. And when it comes to making money, doing investments, we cannot overemphasize some couple of things. So we keep making referrals from what other people have done. We keep making referrals from books that we read, business books written by successful people, successful entrepreneurs. We draw out good and quality information from all these materials. And then you also must take your time to do same for yourself, because you're going to save yourself a whole lot of stress. You're going to save yourself a whole lot of bad time in business, because believe you me, business is all about risk taking, risk and risk. The journey of entrepreneurship or becoming financially free is also a very, very, very big risk. Of course, we all know that risks, we have the high risk, and then we have the profitable risk, the calculated risk. So when you don't do your diligent study, when you don't plan, you don't do what you should do, dot your T's, cross your I's, make research, get adequate knowledge, enough information about what you're doing, then what you're putting your money into becomes a high risk, because you will just watch your money just go boom in a matter of short time. Do you understand? So you must know how to grow that little money you have, because that's the idea of doing business, and that's the idea of you trying to become financially free. It means that you're going to get to a level where you can pay bills without looking at your bank account. You go to the grocery store, you go to the car shop, and then you pick a couple of cars. They tell you this car is worth $200,000, and then you just swipe your card and then it goes. You're not thinking, how much is left. It means you're truly financially free. You can buy gadgets, you can buy other things, you can do big things for yourself and for other people. And then you're not always wondering, if I spend this, what will be left? Yeah, because other things, you have other pockets of business here and there in places in the cities, in places here and there that are always bringing in the money. And once money keeps coming, you're actually financially free. We talked about the lizard and of course the spider mindset. The spider will just eat and eat and eat because he knows something is there working for him. So this is the idea of becoming financially free. This is the idea of building a productive asset. You must do something today. You must plant something today that will germinate or reproduce or multiply your efforts of today when tomorrow comes. So on our last class, we were able to deal, maybe not decisively, but we were able to touch crypto 101. And then I remember many of us got verified, of course, after downloading your Binance app. We got verified, and then we moved from being a Binance Lite user to a Binance Pro user. because the Binance Pro user gives you a whole lot of interface to play with. It makes you understand the whole platform easily, because you just have everything on just one page. You just have one thing, and at the click of a button, you just understand what, just everything is just popping up and like that. So I encourage you, if you're still a Binance Lite user, please make do to go back to our previous video, which is our first video on crypto, and then you patiently listen, though it's quite a long one, because we have to guide ourselves very well so that we don't make errors, we don't make mistakes. So you listen, and then you learn how to move from Binance Lite to Binance Pro, because I'm not going to start repeating myself, so that we can actually make progress. So today we're going to be looking at how we can set pending orders. And then also we're going to talk about what we call arbitraging, and how to use arbitraging to actually grow our coins. Imagine you bought a coin worth 1,000 BUSD or 1,000 USDT. You can actually grow that coins or that asset, that digital asset, from 1,000 or from 1,000 to 1,500 to 2,000 to even 5,000, as much as you have the knowledge to do within a couple of months, if you know what to do, and then you have the mind, the guts to take the risk and do what you have to do, or what we're going to do, because you must, like I said, it's all about risk. So once you're ready to take a whole lot of risk, and then you know that you're going to be highly successful in life. But don't just take risks, take calculated risk. You understand? And I will not forget to tell you, these sessions are not supposed to be financial advice. They are just materials for you to just listen to. You go back to do your research, just to guide you. So it's so we're putting a disclaimer on it. This is not the financial advice for any institution or individual use. So, but it's just for you to have this information, go back, check it again, listen again, do your research on your own, and the material will just guide you and help you think in a certain direction while you go back and make your, some persons will say, okay, and we want to become financially independent, then we have to go and cancel from where we're working, cancel our contract. Oh, come on, you don't have to do that. I never said so. As much as you want to be financially independent, you also need to learn the process of entrepreneurship. You also need to learn the process of building something that will stand the test of time. And after learning, you have to take the step, like you're walking in the staircase from one level or the other. So for some of the business that you end up doing, you might still be working in XYZ places. Then you start something. So as you're starting the thing, you're working somewhere of which you have the opportunity to get funds to fund that idea, to fund that opportunity, to fund that business. So you can always run back when you get a salary at the end of the month or at the end of the 2 weeks. You put it in here, you're investing, you take from here, you put in here, you take from here, you're building here. And then when this one, maybe over time, maybe after 6 months, maybe even after 1 year, when this one is now giving you what your salary is giving you or more, then you can decide to now give your full attention, your full time to it by resigning. So you don't just say, oh, I want to be financially free, I want to be an entrepreneur, and then you leave the business you're actually doing, or you're managing somebody else's business, you're working in this capacity as supervisor, as whatever it is. You just left it, you want to become financially free. And then when you start up the journey of entrepreneurship, you discover that it's not a bed of roses. I will always tell people, I said, entrepreneurship or becoming financially free or building generational wealth or creating a productive asset, these are long-term purpose, long-term achievements, things you're going to do for a long-term basis. Long term could be 1 year. For some people, long term could be 2 years. For some people, long term could be 4 years, depending on what you're building. For some people, long term could be 5 years and above. But you must know what you're building to determine how long you want to build it. Like for instance, if you're building a skyscraper, like we have in Dubai, the Burj Khalifa, Burj Arab, all these towers that are up to like 50 or 100 floors like that, the foundation you're going to dig is far going to be different from someone that is building a 2-story building, 3-story building, and it will also be different from someone that is building a bungalow. So what you're building depends, your foundation you're going to be digging depends on what you're putting up there, So while some business you will need to do a whole lot of research, put a whole lot of things together before you start. Some other business you might not even need to do all that work. You see, excuse me. So you must know what to do. You must, at every point in time, you must just know the right wisdom to apply to get yourself, get through in what you have to do. Do you understand? So businesses vary, and every business has its own approach, depending on your goal, whether long term or short term. So, but however the case is, you must ensure that you don't try to throw the source of income that you have at hand, just throw it away, because you display this thing we call youthful exuberance. You hear a good message or a good sermon or a good motivational talk, and then you quickly dump that one and say, I want to be financially free. No, this is not how to go. So you must check this information again, you must vet it, check it again and again, do your research again about the business you want to do, read books, go to school if you have to go to school, do all these things that you need to do. And then when you're through doing these things, you know that you're built. Sometimes when you work for some people, you will learn the process of management. You learn how people build their businesses. You learn mistakes that they made. Then you become a better entrepreneur. So sometimes it's good for you to actually work. Maybe 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, but you're learning. Those times should be learning times and learning process for you. Don't waste it. Take advantage of it. Learn very well. Learn how to do management. There are a whole lot of things, how to manage human resources, then how to manage infrastructures and all that. Some people can manage infrastructures very well. Everywhere will be clean. The building is clean. The computers, the gadgets, record is up to date. Data is excellent. But there are bad management of human resources. They fight with their boss. They fight with their employers and their employees like that, and the environment is not peaceful. So all these things are things, when you have the opportunity to work, you learn all these things. You learn the problem that people from this particular region, that is peculiar with this particular region, you know how to handle such, and you become an excellent boss, an excellent entrepreneur. That is the goal, not just to have money and then your health is messed up because the working environment is not safe. You see? So there are a whole lot of things you're going to consider when you want to be an entrepreneur, and that's why you have to read books. And then of course, I tell people, I said investment is all about risks and risk management. You're taking risks. We're taking risks upon risk. But of course, when you study very well, your risk becomes calculated and they're going to yield you good effort. And of course, the higher the risk, the higher the reward. And of course, when it goes wrong, the higher the risk, the higher the failure. So you want to be very, very careful before you take that step, you take that leap. You don't take the leap in the wrong direction, but actually in the right direction. So you must study, you must listen to good materials, go to YouTube, go to social media, follow people that have good content like this, follow them, subscribe, share their messages, share those materials to people around you, so that as you're growing in this journey of entrepreneurship, you're also helping your siblings, you're helping your family, your loved ones, your friends. When 4 or 5 people in a family is financially independent, it makes the job easier. And for some people, only one person is financially independent. The rest people will pull he or she down, because everybody will come. I need to go to school, I want to pay bills, like that. Everybody is queuing up to take from you, and then you don't even have enough money to put into your business to sustain your business to keep going. Because believe me, there are times when you get into business newly, you might have to keep putting in your money because you are seeing new opportunities, like in crypto, like what we're actually factoring now. You're going to be seeing new coins popping up that have good history, that have good, that can actually do well. You're not going to say, I bought some coins, I bought some asset last week or yesterday or a day before, so I'm not going to buy this one. Of course, you're going to keep buying, because you don't want to be caught napping. You don't want to buy this coin and then tomorrow it is one you did not actually invest in, that actually is now doing very well, very fast, and then you'll be like, how come I did not? And then the one you bought, you thought would do well, is crawling like a snail. They will all grow, but there are some, because of the history and the project, the people behind the project, some coins will actually do far better than others. So all these and more are things you're going to get when you make good research about what you're doing, even in this crypto ecosystem. So last time we talked about, we had an intro into Crypto 101. We were able to talk about how to set up your Binance app, and then also how to fund your Binance account, and I believe many of you followed through with that, and then now you can do that proficiently. If you did not, you need to go back, because we're still not going to repeat all these things again. You have to go back, listen to the video again, watch it again, take notes, and then help yourself, because this is part of the process, the journey of becoming financially free or independent, or building generational wealth. Because you must learn how to sit your ass down somewhere and then actually learn. The videos might be long, but it's a discipline on its own. You're learning how to sit down. Some people don't like to sit down and watch. They feel it's boring. They just like entertainment. Some people, they hit the TikTok and they watch all this dance and people doing all this thing, and they laugh. 2 hours, 3 hours is gone. But when you play something that can actually impact their mind, their future, their life, they doze off, they snooze, they hit the snooze button, and then they're sleeping off. So it's too long. What can be too long for you to build, for what you're building or what you want to build, that can actually change your life forever? So please don't complain. Please just go ahead, listen, and again. In fact, you have to listen more than once. Listen again because you cannot know it all by listening just once. So you go back. Don't think because it's free, go back, listen again and again and again. And sometimes, like how I learn, sometimes after listening to a material, I'll actually send the material to somebody I trust very well. I said, bro, sis, there's this thing I want to get into, and I don't mind if we can do it. You can just give me your opinion. So what is it all about? Then I'll send a particular link, or I'll send a video or an audio or a short, whatever it is that I've listened to, and then he or she will listen, and then they will tell me their own opinion. Okay, and then they begin to say things that I thought I heard but I did not hear clearly, and from there we see that I have more and more ideas. I'm more positioned to take advantage of that opportunity, and if I don't have to do it, I will also hear that, and they are going to tell me their opinion. Why should I do this? Why shouldn't I do this? Okay, maybe I can do it, but maybe I need to wait a little longer. Maybe not now, because of one or two factors, one or two conditions present. So these things and more are the things you need to factor from time to time. So don't listen alone. You can listen and share with somebody and say, please listen again and tell me what's your view. And by this way, you are learning faster, and you're also helping other people to learn with you, or to follow you, or to monitor your progress. So that's it. So we dealt with a couple of things, and then we're going to continue from there. Today, like I said, we're going to look at certain pending orders, and then we're also looking at doing arbitraging after you have made your first purchase of stable coins, which is the PUSD and of course the USDT, and then maybe we're going to try to cover dollar cost averaging, DCA. That's if we have time, if we have enough time. So we'll just touch all these things, and then we'll see where it takes us to. Already we are 20 minutes gone already, and you see we are still about to start. So please don't forget, it's a Gifted Ambrose. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you've not done so, and then very importantly, make some comments. Tell us how to serve you better, the things we can do to actually make, or maybe some topics you want us to talk about, maybe that we're still delaying because we have a whole lot of, we are busy doing many things here and there. Of course, I'm always making my research, so you can't find me posting videos every day or every week. I just take my time to make this post because I have to do my proper research, and then I actually would, after I do my research, I will backtest whatever it is, check again and again, make some reference to books here and there, and then I do what I have to do before I upload my material, so that when you actually get these materials, these information, you actually love what you're getting. So there's a whole lot of work involved in what we're doing, and so that's why you have to support the channel. Even though it's free, you're getting this information for free. Believe you me, we didn't get this information for free. Learning crypto, learning forex, learning drop shipping, learning several things that we're still going to be sharing with you, we're going to be exposing to you, so that you can be more skillful to face this journey. We have to pay a whole lot of money in foreign currencies. You have to pay this money, then learn, get mentors that are going to guide you, and then when these people are guiding you, you discover that you are learning faster. So what you're getting it for free. So treat it very important. Don't say because I'm getting it for free, I will just listen to it anytime I want. No, you're not diligent, and you're not helping yourself. So that's it. So we're going to start with learning how to set pending orders, and we're going to use a case study of 1,000 BUSD. Let's assume we bought 1,000 BUSD. So we're going to work with that figure. So whatever we're going to be doing, just have in mind that in your mind you have 1,000 BUSD. So just try to reset your mind and forget about it, even though you don't have it. So just reset your mind, and so that we could learn faster to make the journey easier. So let's assume I have 1,000 BUSD now, and then I want to buy, because the idea is for you to buy low and then sell high. This is what arbitraging is all about. You're buying low, you're selling high. Of course, in every market today, that is the idea, for you to make profits. And sometimes people want to make good profit. So if you must make good profit, you must look at the location of the market where things are sold at very, very cheap. Sometimes we even have to travel several kilometers to market, to places where we know that, in this particular market or location, this thing that I'm selling, or this thing that I like to sell or I want to sell, is very, very, very low or cheap compared to this place that is closer to me. So what happens? We jump into a bus. Some people jump into an airplane, travel to China, Malaysia, Dubai, Turkey, Russia, UK, US, Canada, Australia, just to buy something and get the quality they want, get quantity they want, get it at affordable price, and then when they come back, they sell to you, and then they rake in a lot of turnover. So this is what you actually want for yourself. So arbitraging is something that is going to help you do this, and do this excellently well. And of course, dollar cost averaging too will help you do this. So we're going to start with setting limit order. Now you have your 1,000 BUSD or 1,000 USDT, as the case may be, and then you want to buy a couple of coins here, or digital assets here. So let's assume we want to buy BNB. Okay, so we'll just click on BNB, and then when you click on it, the first thing that you're going to see is the BNB chart. Now this chart represents activities, what has been going on in the BNB market for since this coin was created. Now this is showing us at the portrait view. We're going to try to take it to landscape. So what you do is, you see here I'm clicking at this particular location I'm clicking at. So you will just come here, click on it, it takes you straight to what landscape, so you can have a wider and a fuller range. And then you try to shrink it, and so that you can see at a glance, you can see 3 months ago, 6 months ago, 1 year ago, and then of course with the current market price, which is 283.7. Now when you down click on the chart, an arrow will drop, a line will come. So when you move the line is movable up down to different level and to different swing points. In forex there's what we call swing points. Swing points are a point of reaction where the market will get to and then it will react. It's either it will bounce or it will break that point and go down or go up. So we call such points swing points. So when we are going to talk about forex, we'll explain that further, but for the purpose of this class, let's just keep it low. What we're just looking at, where we can actually place our price and then say, okay, we're buying. So currently you see that the price is at 283.7, and then I have this green line below this 283.7. This was just some lines I drew in the past, long time ago, telling me showing me some very, very nice zones that the BNB coins reacted in the past. So when I'm buying or I'm setting my price or my limit price, I just know that this is where it's going to get to, and then I just go impute the figures and then it gets there, rather than me just setting any figure I like, and which might not happen for a very long time. I just work with what the market is saying, and then I find out that I make it much more easier. So currently the market price is at 283.8. You see it dangling between 283.7, then to go to 8 like that. So now I want to set a buy limit. I want to buy this coin BNB. At what price can I buy? At what point can I buy? This chart will help me to explain it so that I can set my buy order. So look at this green line that is just below this price, this current price, 283.8 or so. This next green line, this line tells me that in the past the market has reacted. So if the price is going to go, it's going to get to that point and play around that point, then if it's going to go down below, it will give me the signal. But usually it will get to this green line and then it might want to go back up, except maybe some things happen within the market and the market decides to just continue going downward. So it will break this green line that you have here. It will break this green line and then keep going downwards. So but however, my first price or limit price I'm going to set will be actually this green line, which is actually 272.2. Currently the market is at 283. Let's assume I want to buy very fast, maybe in a couple of days. The market will get to this location, 272 or 272.2 thereabouts. So I'll just put that 272. In a couple of days the market will get there, because if that's a zone that the market has reacted. So a whole lot of people would have, prior to this time, set their buy limits at this zone 272. They'll just set it there and leave it. So the market will just get there and trigger, and then they will have in their spot wallet the number of BNB that they purchase will just go straight. Now you don't have to be there. You might be sleeping, you might just be on vacation, you might be working, you might be in a grocery store, you might be in the office doing one thing or the other, you might be just doing something and you wouldn't even know. And this is the sweetest part of trading. You actually buy when you don't have to be looking at the charts all day long, all week long, all night long. You just set your limit, your price limit, and then you go to sleep, or you do other things, you follow after other things that you're doing, and then when it gets there, boom, it activates it activates the price for you, and then you have your assets directly into your spot wallet. So like I said, this next green line that is below the current market price is going to be my first buy limit price. Then if I want to set another buy limit price, let's assume I want to spend my 1000 BUSD just buying BNB alone. I'm not just going to buy at once. I will try to buy like 4 times or 3 times, or maybe I can buy 2 times. So this first green line is the first point I'm going to buy. Then the next point will be somewhere around here. You can see there are several candles that are coming down. This next line cut across even in the past. So it tells you that the market reacted at that point. Then it's definitely going to get there. When it gets there, it can go up again. So you don't just put any price that you like, because you said the price was at 283 and then I have my BUSD, so I want to buy low. You now put it at 100. Check where 100 is. See, you can see the destination. You keep going down, 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 down. And when it got to 100, when this coin was at 100, you see how far we have to go. Now this was when the coins was launched. It was below 100. Then it got to 692, which was the highest, the all-time high. But today currently it's at 283. Now, but you actually say, I want to buy low. Then you put, let me put 100 BUSD. That's the price you want to buy. I want to see where 100 is. Where 100 is, so that you will know how the distance this coin will go before to hit that 100. You see, this is 116, 106, 104, 101, 100. Okay, so around here. And this is actually, let's see the dates that it hit 100 or so. 2021 February. So imagine we're actually in 2020, December 2022, and this is 2021 February. That's when it was 100. So you're setting your limit price at 100. It will not work. Imagine for this coin to get to 100, it means a whole lot of things will happen and it will just break down. So before it gets there, maybe it might be it's not really possible for now. Excuse me. So that's why we have all these zones. We have all these zones located so that we can actually know when the market is coming down and when it's going to go up and all of that. So this is what you should do. You should try to draw these lines, draw these zones for yourself to guide you, and then so that you actually know where to pick your prices from. So my first price is going to be here. Then the second one, like I said, will be somewhere around here. You see? Then the third might be here, 2249. And again, when you're setting your price, when you're picking your price, you try to look at the most recent, even though you have to consider what has happened in the past. But you're looking at 2 weeks, 3 weeks, what the market has done, where it has gotten to the past 3 weeks. And I forgot to explain something to us. Now, my market, this is my chart here. There are several, there's what we call time frame in Forex. Of course, it also applies in crypto when you have your chart like this. The M represents minutes. You see, this is 15M, 15 minutes, 5M, 5 minutes, 30M, 30 minutes. Then the H represents hours. So 1H, 1 hour, 4H, 4 hours. Of course, the D represents day or days, and then of course W represents week. So you can see all these things. So I usually leave my chart at daily time frame so that I can actually. Now, what this time frame means that every day, every candle you're seeing, going up and down, they represent 1 day activity. No matter how long or how short the candle is, another candle cannot form until 1 day is over. So every candle here represents 1 day activity. If I click on 4 hours, it means that every candle you're seeing here represents 4 hours activity. So every 4 hours a new candle is formed. Every 4 hours a new candle is formed. You see that the shape of the candlestick, or the shape of the market will change. The shape of the candle representation will just change because I change the time frame. If I click 1 hour, you see something else different. But if you are into forex, you understand what's actually going on as we fluctuate the time frames, So, but usually I keep it at 1 day, so that I can just look at 7 candles. I know that this is 1 week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So between, sorry about that. So between this last candle and this side, I know that this is about 3 weeks, because it's about 21 days or less. So, and my analysis picking my price for my arbitraging will be the most recent. Let's assume I bought at 272, and then I want to sell. It's either I put my sell here, which is 2320, or I come and put it at 398. But this 398 will take a longer time before it activates. So if I'm setting like 2, 3, 4 sell limit, I can put the first one here. This is reasonable enough. I can put another one here because of this. It's reasonable enough. Then the higher I'm going, the more it's going to take a longer time for it to hit there. So this is why you must know your levels, so you know where you put your price. You don't just put your price at whatever you thought, and then you are saying I want to grow my coins, my assets very fast. You must know how to grow. Even if it's $10 you're making, $5, you quickly make it, buy back again, you buy those coins again, and then you sell again. That's what is called arbitraging. Buying low, and then you do what? You sell high. So we actually saw a price of 272, which is here. 272. This is where we want to put our buy limit. Then we'll just go to buy. We'll click on buy, and then it will take us to the interface where you can impute this figure that we saw here, this 272. See, something I must explain to us is that now I'm used to buying at using my limit price to buy. That's why it's set here to be limit as my default. But for you've never bought a coin before, so you might have it on market. So once you click here, there's this arrow icon here. You click on it, it will close. You click on it again, it opens. So you will see the various ways you can buy. You can buy at limit, then you can buy at market. So yours might be in market. Now what market order means is that you're actually buying at market execution, the price that you're seeing here right now. This is 283.5. If you leave it at market execution, and then you want to buy BNB worth $1,000, which is what you have in your spot wallet, which is what you recharged your account with, you want to buy all that, then you type here 1,000 BUSD. Immediately you click this buy icon, it will just buy for you at this price. You see, that's what will happen. So never you make the mistake to leave this place at market, because if you forget and leave it at market, and you actually thought you are buying at, anyway, it will not even impute, because when you leave it at market, you don't have the opportunity to put market price. So you just tap here, and then you see the various stop limits, trading stop loss, OCO. We'll explain all that shortly. So you go to limits, You see, it gives you the opportunity to impute price. We saw there 272. The market price currently is 283. So we're buying at 10 BUSD short, which is $10 short. So 272. You see? So we're buying low now. And then you put, if you like, we're buying, let's assume we want to spend this 1000 BUSD 4 times, which is 250, 250, 250, and 250. That is 1000 divided by 250. That's in 4. 1000 divided by 4 will give you 250 BUSD. So that's 25%. So when you click 25%, it means you're spending 250. But if you don't want to use this, you can just come here and type 250 straight away. Then to tell you the amount of BNB you're buying at that point. Are you seeing that now you're getting more BNB because you're using what your limit order to buy? But if you're to buy at market, and then let us assume you're now buying at 283.7, you get your BNB lesser, So the smart way to grow your coin is to use your limit order. When you do your dollar cost averaging and arbitraging, you use your limit order to buy. You just set it and then you go to sleep. So immediately let's take it back to 272, which is what we saw at the nearest zone. So you're now spending 249 BUSD.9 to buy at 272 price. Then this is the quantity you're going to get, 0.91, which is equivalent to almost 1 BNB. You see? So, and when you click on this buy, it comes here where you have the open order or the order books, and then it just piles up here. Like I bought some BNX, I set 2 price limits because I use my dollar cost averaging. Instead of buying at once, I set the first one and that one has been activated. Now I'm waiting for the second one to get activated. Same way, when you want to sell, you also do the same. You set at different prices so that you can actually get more. Now the advantage of dollar cost averaging is that you're spending your 1000 BUSD judiciously and wisely. Now if you're buying at 283 and you're buying with $1000, you probably will have just a little above 3 BNB, maybe 3.9 or 3.8 BNB, because you're buying at once at this price. Now if you do your dollar cost averaging, let's assume you bought 250 worth of BNB at this price, then you bought the next one at 272, you see, then you took it down for that one again, maybe at 260 or so, then the next one was at 240. Now by the time you will have calculated the 1000 BUSD that you spent, you will see that you will have up to like 5 or 6 BNB. Why? Because you bought at different market price. Look, unlike someone that bought at once, it just has one-time purchase. And then the shocking thing is that when you now begin to see the coins coming down, you'll be like, I should have waited. You begin to cry and bite your fingers because it looks like you bought when the price was high. Now the price is going down. So when the price is going down, you actually have another price that you set. Your mind is not moved, because when it gets there, it will trigger that market price that you put, that limit price that you put. It will trigger it, and then you're also happy you can make up for the one you bought, which is higher. And then when it goes down further, it can also trigger. So this is what we call dollar cost averaging. You're buying in drips and drabs. You're buying in little portions, not buying at once. So dollar cost averaging gives you the opportunity to buy at different limit price, and you have more quantity of BNB or whatever asset or coins you choose to buy. You have more of that coin. This is actually another way to grow your coin faster. It's still spending the same amount of BUSD you will have spent just buying at once. So I've actually covered I've actually explained arbitraging and dollar cost averaging, while I'm trying to show you how to use your limit order and pending orders. So that's it. So the moment you click on buy, it brings everything here. This is where you have your open orders. All these open orders means that these orders are still open, it has not been activated. The moment the price gets to those places, all this one will now leave here and go to your spot. So you have this particular amount of assets in your spot, like that. Then if you want to set your sell limit, let us mean you bought 0.919, bought a BNB, and then you want to sell. What you do first is you go back to your chart, and of course you check the nearest high point that the market got to within the past maybe 1 month, 2 weeks, or 3 weeks. You just check that. And of course, in the last 2 weeks, this point is actually the highest point that the market got to, compared to, so you just come here. Maybe you want to sell at when this BNB goes to 318. You want to sell at when this BNB goes to 317 or 318. So you can put 317. Because when the market is rising up, when it crosses this first green line above the current market price, the next place is going to get to, like the next bus stop, will be this green line. Then it will now decide whether to go up. It will show you a candlestick reaction, whether it's going to go up or it's going to come down. Forex will give you more insight on what I'm talking about. If the market wants to go up, there's a way the market will behave to show you that this market is about to change its trend from downward to upward. And then of course, if it goes up, let's assume it breaks this green line that you're seeing, the next place it will come, it will be like somewhere around this next point, because that is recent. So it might get to around here. Let's try to know what price we have there. So here, okay, I'll just go back to the land story. That's an arrow, and then what's going on here? Just a minute. Okay, just a minute. I think I did something wrong here. Okay, so we're back. So my next price will be, like we said, this is the first price that we chose. The next price will be like here, which is like 360, or even before here. If you don't want to be too greedy, you can even move it a little downward, because you are arbitraging. You are buying maybe in 2-3 weeks. Before 2-3 weeks end, you will have bought twice or sold twice again. But if you're setting your price when it's too much high, maybe once in 2 weeks, it might hit the price and you don't get to buy often or sell often. So it depends on how you want to play with your market. So you don't have to be greedy, or because you don't determine what the market will do. The market determines what will happen. That's why we follow the chart, we follow the candlesticks, and then we follow the market behavior, so that we can actually know when to buy and when to sell. One of the beautiful things about this whole thing is you need to know when to buy and when not to buy, when to sell and when not to sell. If you don't know this, you will lose. You will be on the wrong side of the business. This is why many people say crypto is scam, forex is scam, things like that, because they don't know how these things work and they don't want to learn. They don't want to follow a guide or a mentor. So when you follow all these things, you know when to buy, when to sell. You save yourself a whole lot of problem, and then you're just happy. While people are losing money, you're making money. And that's one thing about business. People have to lose for you to gain, so you shouldn't be on the losing side. But when you don't have knowledge, you don't have information, you don't have mentors, you don't have guide, you don't have materials that you're making reference to, you might just find yourself messing up things like them, so that's it. So when you pick your price, you just go back. We're selling now, we just click on sell. We did buy previously, now we're going to look at sell. You click on sell. So it's still the same process. You leave this place at what limit, not market, because if you leave that market, immediately click sell, automatically it will sell at 283.9. Of course, you're targeting to sell like 317 or 320. You see, you just shot yourself on the leg by yourself. So you must be smart and you must be patient. Double check, cross check before you click buy or you click sell, so that you don't impute what you don't want and then you're regretting or crying. So check the figures again, cross check again, then you click, and then when you click what you want to sell, 25% of your BNB. That doesn't mean you have 4 BNB or 5. If you say you want to sell 50%, that's half of it. Or you can just put 2.5 BNB or 3 BNB. Let's change here to 320. Okay, let's say 320. Then you put 3 BNB. You see, automatically you're going to have 960 BUSD. This is the value of 3 BNB at 320 price. You will have back 960. Now imagine you have 5. That 5, with your dollar cost averaging strategy, you bought the whole of that 5 BUSD with your 1000 BUSD. Now you're selling only 3 at 960. So you have extra 2. So you see that you actually gained, you've grown your coins, your assets. You have a lot of money, because when you sell this at 960, believe you me, you still have 2. Because as you're buying, you do your dollar cost, you do your DCA, your dollar cost averaging. As you're equally selling, you will not sell the whole 5. If we try to sell the whole 5, this is 1,600 BUSD. So you see, you're in profit of 600 BUSD, which is $600. You see, just by being smart. You bought at 282 or 283, now you sell at 320. You see the difference of dollars you have made. 600 BUSD you made, or 600 USDT. So you don't sell the whole 5 at once, because you might sell at 320, and this price, the market does not go down again, just because the trend wants to change. From 320 you can get to 340, 350, 350, 345, then it goes up. Remember, we said the market goes like a wave. It goes up, it comes down. When it comes down, it takes new investors, it takes new people that want to join, because as you're buying, you're joining at that point. Then it takes them up, and then when it's up, it has to come down so that it can take new people. As people are coming in, they're coming in with their money. It's like you have a business, and then you have a capital. You started the business with $1 million, as the case may be, but you want to grow from $1 million to what? $100 million. What will you do? You go to the banks, you look for investors, people that will come and put money. This is how these people source for money, and they grow their assets. They grow all these things, and they become a multi-billion dollar enterprise. You see, Forex, crypto, and every other thing that you have seen, Amazon, Alibaba, like that. So the more money you have, the more people that are investing, or that are partnering, that are giving you their money, buying into your idea, the more money you have to grow your brand. Your brand used to be $1 million worth, but now it's $100 million worth. Now all those $100 million might not directly be your money, but other people's money have entered. We call it OPM, other people's money. So as they're buying into your idea, the value of your company, the value of that asset is growing. So they have to deliberately sometimes bring the market down. We call them the whales, the movers and shakers of the crypto world, the Forex world, the movers and shakers of this industry. The commercial banks, the central banks, the big billionaire guys, Elon Musk, Jack Ma, Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos. These are the people that determine what happens in the market, because one tweet can change everything about a coin. So we follow them, and they will get to know what they are saying, because if one of these people make a particular tweet and people are rushing for that coin, in a matter of a minute or in less than a day, the value of such coin could go very, very high. It could skyrocket. And then, so you need to know when those people are making a comment, tweeting, or making a news, or making a reference to this particular coin. When they make those reference, people quickly go and buy those coins, and that's how the value of those coins or this asset will grow. And after a while, it will come down again. So when it comes down to take new people, new investors into the system. So that time that it's coming down is the time you can buy more. When it goes up, you sell. You wait for the market to come down again. The market will always come down. Don't be in a hurry to just jump into the market, especially when you see that the market is it's going up, then you are afraid. There's what we call FOMO, FOMO, and it means fear of missing out. So some persons, they see the market is going up gradually. It's going up gradually. This coin is going up. It was 282. BNB was 282 last night. Now it has gotten to 320 within 3 days. They are looking for money. Some can even go and borrow. Some can even use their school fees, money for their bills. Some can even go and close their account, use their life savings. Maybe by then it has got to 350. Then it's let quickly buy. At least I can buy at 350. Then when it gets to 1,000, I will cash out. Then they buy at 350 or even 400, and the market will be at that 400 for a long time. You see, or might even go at 400, come down to 350, will now be playing within that range, maybe for the next 6 months. And imagine you borrowed money and bought at 400, and the market does not go beyond 400. You see that you actually be in a loss. So you don't buy digital assets this way. Like we said, you buy digital assets, you buy your coins with monies or funds that you can afford to just lose. That doesn't mean these funds you don't need them. You just count them and you take a part of your income and then you just put it and then you just allow it. That's how to trade crypto long term, because you're not moved by what is going on in the market, whether the market is going down or it's going up. As far as you're concerned, you have invested that money, you want to allow it for 2 years, and in 2 years, coins that you bought for 282 BUSD, in 2 years, if you come back to check it again, you see that coin will have risen to more than 500 or up to 500 if it's possible. Some can even hit $1,000, 1,000 BUSD, But if you're always checking it, you want to quickly sell. Maybe you sell at when it's at 300, and then it rises up to 600, and then if I had known, I shouldn't have sold. So fear of missing out is always something that affects many people that are within this crypto world, and then they lose a whole lot of money, or they don't make as much money as they should make. So but if you're properly guided by good mentors, by seasoned traders, you will know when to buy and when not to sell, when not to buy, when to sell and when not to sell. I hope I got that right. So this is what you need to do. So don't forget, I don't know if we covered all we need to do, but if you don't understand, you still have the privilege to ask us questions. So at this point, I think we have explained how to set our buy limit, and then of course your sell limit. Then of course we also were able to touch on dollar cost averaging, while you try to set your buy limit and sell limit. So as you're using dollar cost average to buy, it means you're not buying at once or at one market price. You're spreading your buys in 3 to 4 different market price. Same way when you want to sell, you just spread it like that. You sell at this high, you move it up again, sell at this high, you move it up again, so that you don't get beaten. I sold at 320, now the market is at 400, but you have sold all your 5 BNBs. So this is a smart way to do things, and I believe you might trust you're smart. So I think we should draw the curtain here today. There's still a whole lot of things we are going to talk about. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a playlist for all the crypto classes, such that we'll send you the link, and then you can watch from Crypto 101. That's the intro. When that one finish playing, you can, so that you don't have, because we have other videos of mentorship and other things, and then very soon we're going to be doing more more live sessions on other things, maybe on forex. So these are knowledges that you don't want to, when you listen to a bit of crypto, then the next one is playing, is talking about relationship and all that and mentorship. Then the next one is playing, is talking about drop shipping, and another one is playing, is talking about another skill, content creating and all that, or digital marketing and all that. So we're going to try to create a playlist and group each of this subject matter into one unique playlist, so that when we send you the link, you know that this link is for strictly crypto discussions. So you can listen, even if it's 2, 3, 4 videos you have there, as it's nesting, you're going to be you have the privilege to just listen to it all through and follow through. Then when we're doing other things, we also create playlists for them. So I hope you got a whole lot of value, and then don't forget to like and share, and then of course make comments, tell us how we can serve you more and more better. Then of course also subscribe if you have not, then share the video, share the page to your friends, let them learn these things. They are for free, but you can take advantage of it and help your friends, help your family members, your siblings, your loved ones. Let them learn these things, let them watch this video again and again, and then get themselves to this journey of creating generational wealth. I tell you, if in a family you have 4 people, maybe 4 brothers and sisters or siblings, and 4 of them are financially stable or free, it's a whole lot of advantage to everybody in that family. But if only one person is financially free, it won't be long, he or she will return back to square one, because everybody's bill will be on you. If you're the only one, you need to pay a lot of school fees, you need to attend a lot of functions, and you're the one always putting money. Sometimes money you're supposed to use to invest in your business, to grow your business, to take it to the next level, you have used it to help 1 or 2 persons, and then all of that, you see. But if you, as you're learning these things, you're sharing them with your siblings, with your friends, with your loved ones, colleagues, as the case may be, nobody will be coming to you, popping up to borrow, please borrow me some amount of money, please borrow me this, please do, because everybody will be loaded, financially free. You can go to the grocery, buy what you want to buy without thinking about your bank account, because more and more keeps coming. You can throw a big party, you can travel, do as you want to do, because you know that you've built for yourself your productive assets, and anything you do, more will come. So please share this video, and tell them to subscribe to the channel, support the channel as much as you can. Anything you can do to support us, because we're supporting you, we're helping you with the research. We make a lot of research to put all these things together, and then to dish it to you. So you must support us by subscribing, liking, and sharing. So until we come your way next time, it's still your one and only Gifted Ambrose signing out at this moment. Thank you, and remain connected to the channel.